And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. Of course, I'm Rick, as you may or may not know already. I always start off the show that way, so why break tradition, right? Okay, well, tonight we have, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and as I said last week, we're going to open a Bordeaux. This is going to be a white wine, so this should be a very interesting experience. This is one, I went back to winestore-online.com, and I haven't been there for a little while, but I went there a couple of weeks ago, and Matthew was kind enough to say, hey, why don't you try this Bordeaux? And I said, hey, why not? So, why not? So here we are. We're going to try it tonight. Also, we're going to give Maud's one more try. Now, we've had a couple of Maud's coffees on in episodes past, and they didn't fare so well as far as the taste test was concerned. We're going to give them another try. We're going to do it again tonight with a different coffee and see how this works out. And hopefully it'll be better than the last two. We shall see. Also, we have a few other things going. This is going to be kind of a light show tonight. I don't have the lights flickering, but it's still a light show. I've got to I go to bed early tonight, earlier than I have been. Okay, we're going to pair the wine with some food. We're going to toast some national days. We have some very interesting national days to toast, so I hope you'll toast them with me. And, we're going to have the usual stuff, some dad jokes. We've got a Star Wars trivia question here tonight, so I hope you'll join me for that. And a couple of shout-outs tonight as well. So I hope you'll stick around and join me for this. Now, if you're joining me for the first time or the 200, see, I'm losing track of it already, 240th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream. This is and I'm not reading it, no, I'm just looking at my show notes, because I've got my show notes right here. This is a stream of consciousness kind of show, but I do have some show notes just to kind of keep things going, have a little bit of organization to all of this chaos. What can I say? A little bit, such as it is. But, I just follow these. These are just a general guide, because the show's not about me. The show's somewhat about the wine. I'm here to entertain you, and sometimes I'll tell stories about myself or whatever, but that's just to entertain you. But the show's really not about me. The show's somewhat about the wine, in this case, the coffee tonight. The show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, just kicking back and relaxing, have a great time. Get your favorite libation, whatever it is, and it can be water. It's okay. It doesn't have to be wine. It doesn't have to be coffee or beer or cider or soda, whatever you want, as long as you're legal to drink it and as long as it's safe to drink. I don't want to recommend anything that wouldn't be. Just join me with your favorite snacks as well. I have a few snacks here. And let's just kick back together in the chats. Now, we have the chats going on 6 different platforms. We are live on 6 different platforms, at least last time I checked, just before the show started. And let me show you where we are live and where you can watch the show live. We are live, if I can find out where my page is. Here we go. We are live on our Facebook page. Facebook page is Drink with Rick. The Kick channel, we're on Kick. I don't know how much longer, to be honest, but we're there right now at kick.com/drinkwithrick. Odyssey is at drinkwithrick, and the number 7. Odyssey.com/@drinkwithrick, the number 7. Rumble, we are on Rumble, and just type in Drink with Rick, do a search for it, and you'll find the live streams there. Twitch is twitch.tv/drinkwithrick and the number 1, all one word, all together. Twitch.tv/drinkwithrick1. YouTube is at youtube.com/@drinkwithrick. So you can join me there and chat live. And of course, you can watch live on the website. The website is Drink with Rick, of course, and I do not have a live chat going there. But if you go to tonight's podcast episode, tonight's live stream episode, it's not a podcast yet. It's still a live stream. But if you go down here, and here we go, there we go. You can see it right here. And if you click on this link here, those of you who are not listening to the podcast later can see it. So you can see this post here, and then you can go down and find a comment box. You can type in your comments here, like comment. Okay, and well, it didn't work for me, did it? Because that's because I'm on the wrong. Right. Let me try here. I forgot. I've got 2 keyboards up here, so you can. Oh, I got to log into post. Well, I'm not logged in there. Anyway, you can comment in there. I don't think you have to log into post because, to be honest, I get a lot of spam, and they don't have to. Let me try it. Well, no, it wants me to log into post. So there you go. All right. So, well, you can log in and post. Now I wonder how all the spammers are doing it. That's what I want to know. So. I know. I'm trying to be funny here. Anyway, you can watch live. If you put the comments in the comment box, I will respond in kind. It won't be right away, but it'll be later on, and I will be happy to read them on the show. Now, of course, you can always subscribe to the podcast. If you can't watch now or watch later, you can listen anytime by going to Apple Podcasts, AmazonMusic.com, and iHeartRadio, podcastindex.org, TuneIn, Deezer Radio, Blueberry.com, Spotify, RSS. You can just do it via RSS or by email. Now, if you click on this button that says by email, you'll get another box. You'll get a page that pops up with a box in it. Enter your email address, click the subscribe button, and you'll get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. By the way, I didn't mention this, but it does. The podcast version of the show goes out at 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights. 10 p.m. Eastern on every Monday night. So that's what we've got going on there. I always say that, don't I? Yes, I do. It's one of my little habitual things. All right, no, I have not had any wine yet, but we're going to in just a few moments. But before I do that, let's check the chats. Also, yeah, I didn't mention this, but you can buy me a coffee if you want. You can buy me a coffee or 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 27 or whatever you want. It doesn't. It really doesn't pay the bills, so to speak, but it helps pay for some of the things we give away. It does support the show. Every little bit does help to support the show. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Jaycon, who just bought me 3 coffees tonight. I saw that come up just before the show started. He bought 3 coffees, and Jaycon, I want to say thank you very, very much. He says, Jaycon left a note there, a message that says cheers. I saw that, by the way, and cheers right back at you. And I really appreciate it very, very much. It really does. It really does help. All right, let's check the chats here before I get into the wine. The Island Haze is in the chat on YouTube, and the Island Haze says, drinking vodka and seltzer tonight with a little smoke on the side. Well, Island Haze, I want to say thanks for being here, and I want to say also
good evening.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. It's just that was me with a cold. But I want to say thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for both of you for being here in the chats. And I've lost my buttons here. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Here's to Jaycon, and I believe Jaycon's in the chat here. Even if he's not, I'm sure he'll be at some point. He is here in the chat. He's in the chat on Odyssey. I have 6 of these things going, and they're all in different venues, and I can't explain right now why they're all not in one, bundled up in one chat, but they aren't. But Jaycon says, let's get her done. Jaycon says, I'm drinking a Frontera After Midnight Red Blend by Concha y Toro. I know the Frontera. And he's quoting, we picked these grapes in the cool of the night when lower temperatures help preserve their bold flavors and aromas. Kind of gimmicky, but $6.50 a bottle, so we shall see. Yeah, it's actually, the Frontera wine's not a bad wine, especially for the price point. It's really decent wine. Jaycon says, and of course I'm going to note it in your official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. Well, there you go. And to Jaycon, let me check and make sure I'm not missing anyone else here in the chats here before I go any farther with this, because there we go. All right, so we're good for the moment. So to Jaycon and the Island Haze, I want to say, give you a nice round of applause. Thank you for being here. And, tonight, I was looking over some of the things that I could have done to add to the show tonight, but then I realized that when that starts to happen, I start to make this show so long and it gets so convoluted that I really lose track of what's going on everywhere else and in the chat. So I'm trying to keep it kind of simple tonight so we can stick more to the chats and less to all the little things I'm going to throw up there. And my lovely wife, she is in the chat also on YouTube, and she says hi, and hi right back at you. I want to give some applause to my lovely wife, she as well, because she really earns it. She puts up with me each and every day and night, and every time in between, and she's just an amazing person. She really is. I want to give out a shout out to a couple people. By the way, I know this is my stream of consciousness going. I want to let both Island Haze and Jaycon know that I've got your prizes just about ready to ship out here. I had a little bit of delay, and I think I mentioned it last week, a little bit of delay on that. And I had some trouble with the printing of some of the books for the cider tasting notebook, but I'm still trying to get some of that resolved, but I have some here to ship out now, so at least things are somewhat stable and I can do that. All right, where was it now? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, so let's get to opening this wine, and then let's get to all the festivities, because there are a lot of festivities to toast. And I'm glad everybody here has something to toast with, because we've got a lot of toasting to do tonight. So let's get to it. And let me put up on camera too here. There we go. All right. Well, no. I've got this bottle of wine here. Let me show you the wine. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? All right. This is what we're opening tonight. I took a very nice photo of it yesterday, as a matter of fact. This is the Chateau Grand Biard Vin de Bordeaux, and this is a Bordeaux, and it is a French wine. It is a French wine. Here's the back of the wine. Chateau Grand Biard Bordeaux 2022. This is a 2022 vintage. And it says the Chateau Grand Biard belongs, I can't talk. The Chateau Grand Biard belongs to the Chignon family. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, to be honest. Chignon? I think it's Chignon family, working hard on their vines for already several generations. Okay? They have respect for their traditional work and family habits. At Couture's, right next to Montségur, this well-appreciated family brings to the wine generosity and care. It's imported by Empire Distributors in North Carolina, Pineville, North Carolina, which is not too far away from where we live. And it's certified organic. So this gets into why I purchased this wine. Certified organic, made with organic grapes. It is a product of France, and there is 12% ABV in this 750 milliliter bottle of wine. So that's, excuse me. So that's what, my throat's getting dry, so I need to get some wine here. So that's what that's all about. All right, so we've got the wine ready to open. Where is my, here it is. Here's my foil cutter. And we're going to open this up, pop that open, and then let's get to the corkscrew. This is my official Drink with Rick wine decorker. So we can decork the wine, as I like to say. Nice healthy pop there. I will remove the cork. I'll decork the cork later. And then we have the official, what is basically the official until it breaks or something. We've already gone through a bunch of these, different ones. But this is the official, for now, Drink with Rick wine aerator. And then to hold the glass, we have the official Drink with Rick coasters, such as they are. They are starting to get a little bit, they're getting worn. I gotta order some more. And then to hold the grape nectar, I have the official Drink with Rick genuine Galway Irish crystal glass, given to me by my employers at BiteToWeRadios.com. Now we're going to pour a little bit of this into the glass. Just a little bit, maybe a little more. There we go. All right. Got some of the glass. I don't need to put it way out there. Need it nearby so I can grab it quickly in case of emergency. A wine emergency. All right. And we're going to give it a good swirl in just a moment. And then we'll get right back into the chats. In fact, let's go ahead and give it a good swirl right now. I need some swirl music. And this is what we have for swirl music. Actually, that's fine. The swirl music. Oh, yes, more cowbell. More cowbell. All right, we got a good swirl going there. Let's set it aside. Oh, I can smell the aromas coming up now. Hope that's all that's going to be coming up. Hope this wine won't be coming back up later. I'm just kidding, of course. And I don't mean to be disgusting about it, but I've had a couple wines that didn't sit with my stomach too well. Hopefully this one will. All right, let's go back to the chats for just a moment. The Island Hay says, is there much of a real difference between an corked wine and wine with a metal twist cap? That's a good question. Not really. There are those who won't open a bottle of wine that doesn't have a traditional cork. There are those that say, hey, the screw cap is easy. I don't need to bother with the cork wine. It doesn't matter. To be honest, I really haven't tasted much of a difference between the two, with a caveat to that. And the caveat is that wines that are, and this is my opinion, of course, everyone has their own opinion on this, but and I was, for a long time, I wouldn't buy a wine that did not have a cork or a reasonable facsimile thereof. But over time, I realized, in having tried a few wines that had screw caps, and then doing a lot of research on it, and talking to some professionals in the industry, that it really wasn't that big of a deal. And over time, I've started using, as I find that some nights when I'm doing the Winestream, as a matter of fact, it cuts down a lot of time. I don't have to sit there and go through the whole procedure, the whole pomp and circumstance of opening up all this wine with the decorker and all that stuff. So sometimes it's just easier. It's one step or two steps because I don't have to cut the foil a good deal of the time. So and really, I've tasted some really, really good wines that had screw caps. So I'll leave that one up to your own personal choice, in haze, because personally, nowadays, I really don't think there is that much of a difference. Now, once again, with the caveat is that wines that are traditionally corked, for those that are intended to be stored for a long, long period of time, and on their side, and I'm not going to turn this on its side. I made that mistake before. We won't go there right now. But, stored on their side in a wine cellar, traditional wine cellar, the cork serves a couple of different functions there. And I'm not going to get into a long dissertation of it. We could talk about that later on at another time. But really, the cork serves a couple of different functions in that regard. With a screw cap, a wine that has a screw cap on it, a lot of those that I found are meant to be consumed within 2 or 3 years, within a few years, usually 1 to 2 years, and that's a lot of wines don't sit on the shelf in the supermarket that long anyway. And we can talk about the punts and things like that down the bottom, like a deep punt, meaning that it's intended to be stored for a long period of time, and one that's shallow or no punt at all is intended to be consumed right away. But I think these days, because of manufacturing processes and the way that they can bottle the wines up, I don't think it's as much of an issue for most wines as it used to be. Now that's my thought on it. So let's see. Let's check the chats over here. J-Con says, have you used a metal aerator before? A metal aerator? Yes, I believe I have. I have used a metal aerator before. Now, one of the reasons why I don't use metal aerators that much is, number one, they're a little more expensive than these things. It's like a cheapy little deal. The other reason is because I'm not sure how the metal interacts with the wine as it's being poured out. I've never really researched that much, but I just feel, most of the aerators I've had were made out of a material like plastic or PVC or something. And we can make the argument that when the wine interacts with the plastics and the PVC, that's probably not a good thing either. Probably not a healthy thing in the long run. It's not something I've ever really thought about too much, to be honest. But I'm going to start thinking about it now, I think. Now that you mention it, I'm going to start looking twice at this sort of thing. Let me see what else we've got going. There we go. Let me switch to camera 1. There we go. Let me take a look at the chats one more time, and then let's learn a little bit more about this wine. I'm giving it some time to open up. I did not chill this, by the way. I wasn't sure if I should have chilled this with a Bordeaux. Yeah, probably best to chill it a little bit, but I didn't do that. So, there we go. So anyway, let me pull up some more information about this wine. We'll learn a little bit more about it. Now, I checked around online for this Bordeaux. It's a French Bordeaux. I've never tried it before, and I purchased it from Winestore, winestore-online.com. And I do have the receipt here, and I'll reveal the price that I paid for it in just a few moments. But I did search around for this wine, and it is online. Not in a lot of places, but it is listed online. Vivino has it listed. They give it 3.6 stars based on all the vintages. And this is a 2022. And they give it a median price, an average price of $9.99. And I went to Wine Searcher, and they had it, the average price that they had listed was $13. And that's for the 750 milliliter bottle. And they gave it 3 stars out of 10 user ratings and an 86 out of 100 from 10 critic reviews, which I think was interesting. 3 out of 10 stars and user ratings and 86 out of 100 from the 10 critic reviews. So that tells you something about a slight disconnect between the critics, which I guess we can assume would be the professionals, and the average user, because there is somewhat of an imbalance there. There seems to be a disparity between these two numbers. So I found that was interesting. I thought it was worth mentioning. It wasn't available. I didn't see it listed in too many places here at winesearcher.com. Dion's Waltham River Street in Massachusetts has it for $12.99, which I guess is what gives it the $13 average rating, but I don't see too many other places that have it listed. And that's excluding sales tax, of course. I went to a place that I just discovered called theorganicseller.com. This is I can't put it up on the screen because it's their proprietary site, but theorganicseller.com, and they have it listed for $24.75. And apparently the shipping is calculated at checkout, so I'm guessing that that it's not free shipping on this. So, and they don't have any reviews. No ratings or reviews, but they do say it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc, which is good because I wasn't quite sure about that. So they're saying it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc. Now, I didn't go to the wine store site, but I forgot. But I'm pretty sure they have it listed there. But I will tell you what I paid for. Oh, I got it here. I will tell you what I paid for at winestore-online.com, and they do ship to many states around. I paid for this bottle of Chateau Grand Béard $9.99. So I paid pretty much the going price that Vino had listed for it, $9.99. And with the tax, 72 cents tax, I paid a total of $10.71 for the bottle of wine. So there you go. That makes a difference, right? So that's where we are with the wine. So let's go ahead and give it a slight taste, and we get back to the chats and have some fun. Let me give it a whiff first. I think it's opened up enough, don't you? Let's get a little. Give it a deep whiff. Give it one more. Kind of a little citrusy. It smells citrusy, but I can't necessarily pick out any particular smells because it seems to be a mix of several things. So let's give it a taste, shall we? Give it a little bit of a taste. And as my nose detected, there are quite a few things going on here. A little bit citrusy, but not as citrusy as it smelled. Interesting. A little lemon, and some, a little bit of peach in there, I think. Yeah, and mostly I'm getting a lemon and peach, maybe a little bit of grapefruit in there too, just a little bit of grapefruit. I'm going to let it open up some more, but at the outset, I'm getting some lemon, more lemon, and a little bit of hint of peach and some grapefruit. But I think what surprised me more when I first tasted it was that it was really, really light, lighter than I expected, because when I looked at some of the other reviews up here online, they were saying it was a little on the bold side and for a white wine. I don't think so. I think it's actually very light, and it's very dry. This is a very dry, which not unexpected for a Bordeaux. I expect it to be dry. That's one of the reasons I bought it, because I do like dry wines, and I prefer dry reds over whites, but I do like the dry whites, and I kind of like it as it is, as a dry wine. Now, whether I like this overall, I'm not 100% sure, because it is it seems a little bit. I'm not sure what to make of it yet. Very light. So I don't know where they're getting this bold thing from. Maybe I just got a bottle that was just really, really light. It's very dry. It's, in a way, I think it's almost too light for what I was expecting. I'm not tasting much alcohol in here. Now, the alcohol content, they say 12% ABV. Very light on the alcohol. But what I do like about this is the fact that apparently it is made with organic grapes. Now, whether or not everything else is organic, I don't think, it doesn't taste like they put any additives in it on the outset. It doesn't. This wine's so light that it doesn't really taste like it. It is a fairly clear complexion. It's a very light complexion. Fairly clear. But there's not, at the very beginning when I first poured it in there, I could smell the aromas, but I can't really smell, when I tried to first get my first whiff, I couldn't get a whole lot of aromas in there. So it's like, maybe it doesn't, it has a taste, but it really doesn't have a heavy taste to it. That's why it's a little bit harder for me to pick this out, because even though I can taste the lemon and I can taste a hint of peach and grapefruit, but it's just so light that it lacks a lot of taste, in my opinion. I'm not sure what to make of this wine. Now, I don't think it's bad wine. I expected a little bit more out of it as far as the first tasting was concerned than I'm getting right now. We shall see. We shall see it. It opens up a little bit more, and we'll pair it with some foods. We'll do that momentarily. This might be an okay wine for some salad or something, light fare. I don't know. We'll see. But let me go back to the chats here first. And I answered that one. Yeah. Okay, I did. Let me check. Okay, kind of quiet there at the moment. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anybody here on this stream. Jcom says, I'm on the same page with you for my wine, kind of odd and a bit sour. The Frontera wine, if I recall, and it's been a while since I've had the Frontera, but as I recall, I don't really recall it being sour per se, but it was a little bit... it's a little bit different. Well, here's the thing. With the Frontera wines, that can change from year to year. And I know it's been a while since I've had a Frontera. So maybe the one that you have may be a different vintage. And yes, you're going to get a big... there's going to be a big disparity between one year and another, especially for red blends. You're going to have... Because with the red blends... you're going to have, they might mix it up just right one year and then maybe mix it up a little differently another year. And then you have all those different grapes and the different, the way they were all vented, prepared, that sort of thing, and then putting it all together. It's going to be it's going to be a mixed bag. So yeah, you might have one year, you might have a red blend that is really, really good, and I've had quite a few here on the show. We've reviewed a number of them where, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of red blends per se, because it's kind of a crapshoot from one year to the next when you get to the red blend. Sometimes they can get it just right, several years in a row, and the next year it's just totally different. So you can get a completely different. The label, when it comes to that, the label means nothing. If you're doing a red blend, and they're getting their wines. And here's the other thing about red blends, and I'm really going around a rabbit hole here, is that with some red blends, they're not always pulling in addition to the different years, the different years of all those grapes being prepped and vented and blended together. You've also got a potential issue of, let's say, 1 year they can't, they're doing this blend, they can't get the grape that they got last year, or the same, I should say, the same components of the blend that they got the year before, and they wind up mixing maybe slightly different components in the next year, and then you never know really what you're getting. So, and also, one of the dirty little secrets about the wine business is that a lot of these labels don't even make their own wines. They'll go buy bulk wine from some other place, from some other winery, and they will buy it, and sometimes they'll buy whatever's left over, or some aftermarket kind of thing with from another winery, and then they'll bottle it up, and then they'll put their label on it, and then send it out that way. So you never really know what you're getting these days when it comes to some of those bottlers, some of those wine companies that don't do their own wines. They buy them up. I'm trying to avoid I'm getting really into a long subject here, and I'm trying to avoid that right now because we got so much going on. But that's kind of what. Oh yeah, I've talked about it in the past in the show, and I brought it up, and it's gone into like 2-hour shows and almost 3-hour shows before, because we really got in the weeds on it. But suffice it to say that when it comes to some of these labels, for especially wines that they don't make their own wines, it's kind of the luck of the draw on some of that. Your mileage may vary, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, where were we? Jacon says, my wine has an advertised Spotify playlist on the bottle with it, though, so it could blast my eardrums while I blast my taste buds. All right, well, we got this. Let's get into the pairing. Excuse me. That's where we're going here. The pairing. Let me try camera 3. We got some simple pairings tonight. Because this is a Bordeaux, it is a white wine, I want to keep the pairing simple. And so we're going to start off with a little bit of turkey, because that's what I've got for meat. And I didn't have any other white meats other than some chicken. It was not just a regular rotisserie plain chicken or something. It was more of a stir fry, so I didn't want to, or a hibachi chicken. I don't think it would go really great with this wine, to be honest. So we're just going to do, where's my camera one? There we go. And we're going to try it with the turkey. Which the turkey is pretty good turkey. It's lunch meat. Because that's what I can afford these days. Okay. So, yeah, I blew my budget on this wine. So let's give it a little taste. It's okay. Kind of. Now, Jacon, you were talking about sour. A little sour. This kind of, yeah, it's not quite sour, but it's a little slight bit of bitterness with that. I don't know why, but it was it went together slightly bitter. It wasn't really bad. It's just kind of weird. That's yeah, that's kind of different. Let me clear the palate. And by the way, my good friend Ed is in the chat on Facebook. Ed, it's great to see you, my friend. And I want to give you also a round of applause, if I can find my applause again. Here we go. It's great to see you, Ed. Ed says, "Good evening, Rick. I just arrived and I'm feeling less pain now." I'm really glad to hear that, Ed. I'm really sorry to hear about the mishap, as you told me last week, and I have some things to send you too. I hope that you are. So, are you home now? Or are you still? I'm not sure because I saw some photos and messages before, and I wasn't really sure if you were able to get around any at all. Ed says, "For a moment or two, your voice echoed. It's okay now." Well, my voice has a tendency to do weird things anyway on this show, so maybe it's not even you. Maybe it's just me. So, but I'm glad you're here, Ed. Where else? Okay, Jaycon says I read that already. Okay. I'm getting way behind myself now. Let me check the other. See, when you got 6 platforms going and they're all in different pages and screens, it gets a little busy. Okay, I think we're caught up, right? Okay. And we have folks watching, by the way, and if you're watching, just get in the chat and say hi and tell me how you're doing or what you're drinking or what you like to see me drinking. And yeah, Ed, I've got a couple of things I want to send out to you here. Hopefully you're doing better, and I know it's going to take a while for everything to, for you to recover from everything. That's I understand that, but I'm thinking about you a lot, my friend, and I hope you recover quickly. All right, so what was I doing now? Oh yes, we're going to go to camera 3, and we're going to try it with a little bit of cheese. Now, I'm taking a chance on this one because the turkey didn't. I don't know. It was really weird. We're going to try it with this Colby Jack cheese, and back to the Colby Jack. And I see that just popped up, Ed. I'll get to you hold in just a moment as soon as I clear my mouth. The cheese is good, as always. With the wine, though, I don't know. Once again, it had a slight hint of bitterness to this cheese. I don't know. It must be the wine. I don't know. I mean, the wine doesn't taste bad or anything. It's not corked or something. It's not bad. It's just so light. It really doesn't have a lot of taste to it. To be honest, it seems to be lacking some taste. And I know I have my taste buds because I can taste everything else just fine. I'll clear the palate. I think you need to taste this water a little bit. Let's try it with the cheddar. Now, I don't think this is going to work well with the cheddar. It is a white wine. I think this is really more for soft cheeses. But let's go back to camera 3. We'll try it with a little bit of a cheddar cheese here. I don't think I need all that much. Back to camera 3. We'll try it. No, I'm not going to use that one. Let me grab another one. Okay. I don't know where to put this. Okay. I just have remembered to get rid of it later. I dropped the cheese. Okay, so this is a pretty good cheddar, by the way. I like the cheddar. The cheddar has a lot of flavor. Let's see if it retains it with its wine. Wow. I'm not getting the bitterness this time, but the wine seemed to take away the flavor of the cheese a little bit. I think this wine, I don't know. Now, I've had Bordeaux's. I've had a number of Bordeaux's, and I've reviewed a number of them on the show. And there were some of the Bordeaux's that I liked very much. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can go there real quick. I did complete a review on a Bordeaux. Where was that one? That was that we did a couple of years ago on the show. And let me see if I can find that again. If I pop it up. And let's see. Wine reviews. Here we go. Wine reviews. The Hancock Montgravet. Fine. I know I just did one here earlier today, I think. Maybe. Oh, it must have been an older one. Okay. So, no worries. I don't want to stop the show just for that. So, but you can find it. You can go through the wine reviews at drinkwithrick.com, and which I've actually been working on, and thanks to my good friend Ed, I have been back on that project. And as a matter of fact, I did a few of them today, going back in previous wine streams. And that was interesting. But I have those reviews up with the star ratings and everything else. Okay, so, wow, that's, yeah, you know what? That wine, I might I need to take a little something after that wine. Fortunately, we have the coffee coming up, so we'll do that. There's one more thing I want to do, but we're going to wait until we get to the national days to do that, to pair that. I know you saw something else on the plate. You can see those right there. I think that's probably the giveaway. No, it's not a giveaway. It's the... Never mind. Never mind. So, where were we? Oh, yes. Let's do the national days, if everyone's ready. Ed says, I'm in a rehab. I get mail when a friend delivers it to me. I'm in Winter Garden, Florida now. Well, Ed, so you're not at home. You're in the rehab place in there. And by the way, can I say what happened? Can I tell everyone what happened? And I know we have well wishers here that really wish you well. She's aware of it, and when I first told her, she was like, "Oh no, that's pretty serious." But I hope that you do recover quick. I know that it's going to be a slow recovery, but hopefully it's going to be quicker than that kind of thing usually goes. I don't know if that's helping at all. Let me be honest, Ed. I'm sorry. Ed says, I haven't gotten out of bed at all yet. Muscle spasms, but they're not completely immobile anymore. I would spasm when I twitched or thought of moving. Ed says, absolutely out with it. So it was a couple of weeks ago. Well, it was last week when I first heard about it from Ed. And I think that's not too long after it happened. But Ed had a mishap, and Ed says, I'm among friends, and you certainly are. You certainly are. So Ed had a bit of a mishap and fell and broke his femur. So, which is pretty serious, because I mean that's your whole upper leg. That's one bone there. That's one whole bone there from your hip to your leg bone. So that's so he's in rehab right now, recovering, and wow, that's I'm sure that put him in a lot of pain, but hopefully that is getting taken care of as well. That's not a good thing to happen to anyone, and they definitely can't walk on that. I mean, generally, if someone breaks a femur, if you break a femur, then you're pretty much out of commission. You're pretty much bedridden, and you can't go anywhere or do anything. You can't walk. You can't put any weight on it or anything like that. So that's really rough. Anyway, Ed, I wish you all the best on that, and hopefully that you recover very soon. We've got, what else we have going on in the chats as well? I don't want to miss anyone. Jacon says, given mine is sour, I decided to pair with aged cheddar and spicy pickles. I think that saved it a bit. That can work. That can definitely work. And once again, you're saying you're drinking the Frontera that is interesting that it's that sour. But yes, when you have a wine that's a little on the sour side, things like really, really spicy foods can help. They can. The H cheddar could be. Jacon says, "What's the most bitter tea in existence? Reality." Yeah, that's true. Jacon says it's idiopathic hypersomnia awareness day too. Idiopathic hypersomnia. Well, you know what? Thanks for reminding me, Jacon. That gets us to the national days, doesn't it? Let's get to the national days. Let me check Twitch one more time and everywhere else we are. And okay, national days. Let's toast those. So the national days for this week, for June 1st, we are in June 1st, 2024, and we have a lot of national days to toast. And I don't know if we're going to be able to toast them all because we've got June 1st and June 2nd, and it's going to be June 2nd in about another hour and 6 minutes here in the East Coast. On the East Coast. We're not in the coast. We're on the coast. No, not on the coast. But never mind. So, June 1st, the national days. By the way, all of these national days are courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. Did I say that correctly, Marlo? Thank you. Nationaldaycalendar.com. This is Marlo Anderson's site. He is the CEO and curator of all these national days. And by the way, I saw him he was doing a stream, I think, earlier today, celebrating some of these national days, and one in particular that we'll get to in just a moment. But the first one that I want to toast is National Play Outside Day. That's the first Saturday of every month, so let's toast that. I did go outside with the dog for a few minutes. That was interesting. She wanted to go outside, so we went outside. I didn't want to go outside. I was busy in here. But I'm kind of glad I did because I got to walk around a little bit. And it was very, very nice. Oh, it was such a beautiful day outside. I saw my neighbors out there. They were sitting back, enjoying the day. And the neighborhood kids out there. And it was very low humidity. And the temperature and the weather were just perfect. I mean, you don't get too many days like that, at least not around here, where it's like just everything, the weather's just perfect. And you can walk outside and it's just, the humidity's low, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just no wind, it's just a very pleasant day. And that's what today was. National Play Outside Day, National Play Outside Day, I'll drink to that. Today is also National Game Show Day. That's right. Today is National Game Show Day. And I watch game shows every once in a while. My wife and I like to watch. I know I'm getting way off the beaten path here. My wife and I like to watch some game shows from time to time, and Family Feud, and in particular, that always cracks us up. We always have fun watching Family Feud. But I've watched a few game shows in the day, and we've done some game shows on this show. We've done some game shows, and I thought about the concept of doing one tonight in honor of Game Show Day, but I didn't have anything lined up. But I do have something I'm working on for a game show that I'm hoping to put together here in the new future. And it's not really a drinking game per se, but it could be one. You can turn just about any game into a drinking game, can't you? Yeah, that's right. You can turn just about any game into a drinking game, if you really want to. So, here's the National Game Show Day. I'll drink to that. National Game Show Day. Today is National... What else is it? Where's all my media here? All my photos. Okay. Today is National Black Bear Day. Did you know that? It's National Black Bear Day, if you can believe that. The black bears get a day. Drink with Rick still does not get a day. But the black bears do. So we'll go ahead and toast National Black Bear Day. I have another picture of a bear around here somewhere. It's not smoky or anything like that. Here's another bear. Another picture of a bear. I believe this is a black bear. I don't know what he's doing. Looks like he's got apples around him or something, and it looks like somebody hit him with one in the back or something. I don't know what that is. But it is National Black Bear Day. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it is National Black Bear Day. So, in honor of National Black Bear Day, I guess we'll drink to that. National Black Bear Day. It's also National Nail Polish Day. Believe it or not.
Oh, great.
I don't know why it's National Nail Polish Day, but apparently it's National Nail Polish Day. It's also National Hazelnut Cake Day. That one gets an yeah, too.
Yeah.
Because hazelnut. I've never had Has anybody ever had hazelnut cake? I didn't even know they made hazelnut cake. I guess you can make a cake out of just about anything. If you can make cake out of, if you can make cakes out of just about anything, I guess. Hazelnut Cake Day. All right, whatever. I'll drink to that. If anyone here in the chats has had hazelnut cake, let me know. Let me know what it tastes like. I really don't know what hazelnut. I'm assuming I am assuming it's made out of hazelnut. Yes. Okay. I walked into that one, didn't I? But I've never had hazelnut cake. But is it any good? That's the question. Is it? Apparently, some people like it. So. The other one, he says, "Where's your nail polish, Rick?" It's in the closet where I left the hazelnut cake, apparently. So, yeah, I don't have a. Yeah, I do. Hazelnut Cake Day. And by the way, Ed says it happened Thursday, May 23rd, 11 p.m. Wow, you got the time down. Exactly. When you have something that bad happen to you, basically it kind of burns in your mind exactly when and where and how it happened. It says Thursday, May 23rd, 11 p.m. Broke major how do you pronounce it? I'm not sure. Trochanter? It's trochanter, right? Surgery repaired it with a post and screws. Wow. Wow, I mean that is pretty serious. It sounds pretty serious to me. Wow. So Jake Kahn says, do you think Ed could walk it off? I don't think so. I don't think I don't think Ed's in a position where he could walk anywhere too long for anything. To be honest, that's something that keeps you bedridden for a little while until you get to a point where if you're in rehab now, they must be giving you some exercises or something like that, some PT, some physical therapy and exercises to do some things to kind of keep you don't want your muscles getting into atrophy or anything like that. That's I'm going through some PT myself, as a matter of fact, some physical therapy. I'm not going to get into it now. It's not about me, to be honest. My wife has been in PT and physical therapy. She had some surgery done a few weeks ago, so she's recovering from that as well. So she can't do any heavy lifting. She can't do it. That's why we haven't seen a lot of her creations. We haven't seen any of her creations here since we started the Winestream for season 6, because she hasn't been able to do any of them. She's kind of she has to stay off her her hands and her arms a little bit, so until she recovers fully. So yeah, I'll tell you, I guess we're all just getting older. I don't know. It just seems like we're all just getting older, I suppose. Anyway, where was I? Well, right, we're toasting the national days, aren't we? National days. It's National Pen Pal Day. June 1st is National Pen Pal Day. And I don't know what Roadkill Bill finds all exciting about that, but he's all excited about it. Yeah, you're excited about Pen Pal Day. Good. Okay, so I will drink to that. National Pen Pal Day. My son had a PayPal. I have a PayPal, yeah. A Pen Pal. National PayPal Day. So where you all pay your bills with PayPal. I bet PayPal likes that. No, Pen Pal. This is not PayPal Day. It's Pen Pal Day. Although I'm sure they have a PayPal Day somewhere. Pen Pal Day. All right, I'll drink to that again. It's also National Go Barefoot Day. And I'm not going to reveal whether I'm barefoot. I'm not barefoot. But National Go Barefoot Day. And today is National Heimlich Maneuver Day. National Heimlich Maneuver Day. If you're not familiar with the Heimlich Maneuver, everybody should learn the Heimlich Maneuver. It's, it can save a life. It's very, very, and I've never really used the Heimlich Maneuver myself, and I really need to learn how to do it properly, because one thing about the Heimlich Maneuver is that if you don't do it properly, you can also hurt somebody in the process, but it can save a life, definitely save a life. But yeah, doing the Heimlich Maneuver, I think everybody should know how to do that and know how to do it properly, because you just never know when that's going to be needed. So here's to National Heimlich Maneuver Day. I will drink to that. It's also, I was saving this to next to last because I'm going to have to look this up, because I'm not sure exactly what the proper context of this is, because I didn't look. Okay, today is National Bubbly Day. Let me look this up, because I need to make sure that I'm celebrating this in the correct context. I guess I am, because according to Google and nationaldaycalendar.com, first Saturday in June is, I'm reading this from the website, we encourage you to pour a glass of sparkling sunshine and get ready to celebrate National Bubbly Day. It's bubbly or sparkling wine. Now, yes, I had some bubbly wine down there, but I didn't bring it up here, so we don't have any bubbly to celebrate it with, but maybe we'll do that another time, maybe next year on National Bubbly Day. But in the meantime, we can celebrate National Bubbly Day with a photo of some bubbly. How about that? So that's the next best thing on this show what do I have for this? Do I have anything for this? I don't know. Yes, I do. I do. On the reactions. So here's the National Bubbly Day. Here's another one too. That guy's real excited about bubbly. He loves bubbly. Anyway, here's to Here's the National Bubbly Day, even though I don't have any bubbly, and I kind of wish I did because I think it would be better than what I'm drinking right now. National Bubbly Day. I will drink to that. National Bubbly Day. I wasn't prepared for this at all. Okay, there's one more that I'd like to toast today. Today is National. Did we do National Game Show Day? Yes, we did. Did we? Yeah, I think we did. This is National Olive Day, and because of National Olive Day, I put together all of these olives. These are olives, and these are garlic stuffed olives. Yes. Now, some people can't stand garlic stuffed olives. Some people don't have any, or rather, they're indifferent to it. But I happen to like garlic stuffed olives. And,
yeah.
So I'm going to try one. A garlic stuffed olive, and maybe, this will help. Maybe this will help the wine. All right. Let's take it's garlic stuffed olives. Look at that. Stuffed with garlic. Don't worry, you can't smell my breath over here. No, it's a good thing, too. Gotta watch out for pits. I tell you, those olives, the garlic stuffed olives, are good. Except when you come into pieces of pit. What do you know? What do you know? The garlic stuffed olives actually saved the wine. It's I got something for this. Where? I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know what. Well, Bill's all excited. I gotta finish that off. I gotta finish that. All right, that was very good. Let's go back to camera 3. Eat the other half of this. Oh yeah, this was good. There's no garlic in this one. The thing is about these garlic stuffed olives, these are soaked in vinegar. Maybe that's why they go with the wine. Yeah. Of all the things that I tried with this wine tonight, it was the garlic stuffed olives that basically saved the wine. Can you believe that? The garlic stuffed olives saved the wine, so I would have to. Oh, I'm using this. Where is it? I'm using this applause a lot tonight, because if it wasn't for these garlic stuffed olives, and if it wasn't for National Olive Day, this wine would have gotten 2 stars instead of 3, and I'm not kidding. Actually, the wine's getting a little bit better, but I think it's probably because I have a little bit of the olive still in my mouth. The olives are great. I love those. I know some people may not like garlic stuffed olives at all. They may be gagging right now. If you are, my apologies. But that's part of the fun of this show. You just never know what's going to happen next. Jaycon says the older you get, the more you realize that they don't make mirrors like they used to. Actually, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's definitely true in my case. Now, I wouldn't make an exception to this because my lovely wife, Chi, and I'm not saying this just to suck up to her for another good meal or something. I'm saying this from my heart, and I know she's watching, or she was until she probably just fell asleep, which she does sometimes during this show, and I don't blame her. But my lovely wife, she is someone who just, as she gets older, she just gets better and better, and she's just lovely and lovelier and lovelier, and I adore her, and the older I get, the better she looks. Let me just put it that way. The older I get, the better she looks. So there you go. Ashley, what I probably should do is this. Anyway, maybe I get an extra Cinnabon tomorrow morning, maybe with my breakfast, or maybe I get an extra piece of bacon or something. I don't know. Jacon says, do you have any idea on the history of who determines what foods are paired well with wines? Not really, no. That's the short answer. So I have no idea. All I know is that people have been drinking wine and pairing them with foods as I think as long as wine and food have been around. I assume, and over time people have just sort of figured out, this wine pairs well with this food and this wine doesn't, or that wine doesn't. I'm the same way. I mean, everything I've done has been trial and error. You know, I'll pick a nice wine and take it home and think, it'll go well with this dish, and it doesn't. And then another time I'll find a wine that I'll bring it home and pair it with something. I'm like, oh wow, this goes really great with this food. And we've done that many times on the show. As a matter of fact, one of the purposes of doing this is not just so I can have a second dinner like what my wife says, because that's what my wife says. She says, you're ready for your second dinner after the first, but the purpose of this is to find out what it does and doesn't work with, because every wine is going to be a little bit different, and no matter what the experts say, everyone's taste is different, and sometimes a wine will pair fine with something that some sommelier will say, no, you never want to pair it with that. And a good deal of the time that they are correct. A good deal of the time they are correct, and that comes from experience. But there are times when people they might have a particular taste for something, and like for instance this wine, I love these garlic olives. I love, and those particular ones come from Trader Joe's. But I've tried garlic olives from a number of different places. There was a brand that was sold at the, I don't know if they still sell it there because I haven't been there in a while, but the Fresh Market, the local Fresh Market. I don't know if that's a big chain or not, but we have them around here. And and they're expensive, and the bottles are like $5 for a jar. But they were so good, and I could eat a whole jar in one sitting. Yes, that's right, folks. Garlic olives, among many other things, has made me the man I am today. Anyway, so the olives, I've really developed a taste for them, and everyone else in my family can't stand them, especially when they're hanging around me after I've eaten them. And we won't go there right now, but that's. Everyone has their taste. No. But the olives in this case, I mean, I wasn't really liking this wine too much, but I like it better now that I've had the olives. I think what's going to happen is I'm probably going to finish this wine with these olives, maybe, or I might get a different wine. But the thing is that these olives have pretty much saved this wine, in my opinion, for tonight. Okay, I wasn't really going for this wine too much, but I think the olives kind of saved the wine a bit. So there you go. We have a few more national days. Yeah. My mom wanted to reiterate that. We have more national days to toast. Let's get to that. We have a few more. And because it's going to be tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be today in about in about 43 minutes. So June 2nd is National Volkswagen Bus Day, if you can believe that. National Volkswagen Bus Day. Volkswagen buses get their own day? Yeah. Wow. I really need to speak to Marlo about having a drink with Rick Day. I really do, or something. I really do. International Volkswagen. We had, when I was a kid, my parents, I think the car was in the shop or something for a little while, so they rented or they leased a Volkswagen bus. It was brand new when they got it, but it was, it wasn't by the time they got back. But that's a different story. But we drove that Volkswagen bus around. I remember that. It was kind of a beige or cream-colored bus. Yeah, it was kind of more like a cream-colored bus. Kind of similar to the color of that Colby Jack cheese that's sitting on the plate over there. And I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of cool at first. It had some really neat features to it and stuff. And we had a family of 8. We could fit the whole family in it, and it was kind of cool. But for some reason, and I think my dad at one point thought about keeping the bus, but then he changed his mind because I think it had some issues or whatever, and so he didn't. And the thing is, while we had it for like 2 or 3 weeks, I think, if I recall correctly. But I got to ride around in a Volkswagen bus, which was a little different experience for me. For all of us. We went to Disney World in it. As I recall, we went out to, I guess this would have put it around 1972 when we were living in Orlando. And I think that's when we took it, or maybe it was 73. We took it out to Disney, took the whole family out there, maybe a few friends with us, and went to Disney World. And the trip there and back, I remember have some vague recollection about just kind of having a little bit of fun on that bus. It was just kind of fun to ride around in a little bit. But that's my experience in a Volkswagen bus. So here's to I had no idea, International Volkswagen Bus Day. Well, I'll drink to that one. It's also, tomorrow is National Rotisserie Chicken Day. So everybody can get your rotisserie chickens out and have a rotisserie chicken. Probably will go better with this wine. Maybe not. I'll say, I probably, if you're going to have a rotisserie chicken, I would say, I can't really recommend this Bordeaux, to be honest. There are a few others I could recommend. A good Pinot Gris would, like the one we had a few weeks ago. That would probably go really good with a rotisserie chicken. Here's to National Rotisserie Chicken Day. International. No, it's national. The other one was international. National Rotisserie Chicken Day. I'll drink to that. All right. I guess it means we're having rotisserie chicken tomorrow. Gee. It's also, June 2nd is also National Bubba Day. Yes, National Bubba Day. I'm not sure what that means. I didn't look it up, but I'm assuming that it is something good. So we'll drink to that. Okay. It's also National Rocky Road Day. Do you like Rocky Road? As I recall, I think Weird Al Yankovic likes Rocky Road. He wrote a whole song about it. Yeah. Well, he did. He did. I've got it on an album somewhere. Here's the National Rocky Road Day. It's also National Cancer Survivors Day. June 2nd is National Cancer Survivors Day. Look, I have 3 family members who have passed away from cancer, who did not survive cancer. And I've known others who also passed away from cancer, did not survive it. I am aware of others that have survived it. and who are still struggling with it. Please, if you can, please find it in your heart to donate to a good cancer. And I know there are a lot of them out there. I'm not going to recommend any one of them in particular, but if you have one that a charity that you do trust to donate to for fighting cancer, please consider giving a donation to National Cancer to these cancer charities to fight cancer on National Cancer Survivors Day. That would be much appreciated. And by the way, this is not an endorsement for any particular cancer charity, but it's what it is a public service announcement, I guess you could say. It's my public service announcement. Here's to National Cancer Survivors Day. I'll drink to that. To National Cancer Survivors Day. It's also National Leave the Office Early Day. Tomorrow happens to be Sunday, and it's National Leave the Office Early Day. I think that was meant to usually if June 2nd falls during the week, but I've got nothing for that. I don't think I even have a reaction for that. Yeah, I do actually. No, it's if you're working on Sunday in the office, there you go. Otherwise,
I'm not allowed to answer that kind of question.
Some people are working on Sunday. Anyway, here's to National Leave the Office Early Day. I'll drink to that. And with that does it for the national days. By the way, once again, this is what we've been drinking. If I can find the photo again. The Chateau Grand Billard. It's Bordeaux. This is a French wine. Now, this is a French wine that apparently is imported by a local distributor here in North Carolina. Certified organic, made with organic grapes. 12% ABV. Now, here's the thing, is that I love wines that are, every wine should be organic. In my personal opinion, I think every wine should be organic. No added sulfites, I just dropped something. What was it? No added sulfites, no added other additives, no pesticides, none of that stuff in there during any part of this process, either during the growing process, the planting process, the growing process, the harvesting process, the stomping on the grapes process, and make sure those feet are clean. And during the winemaking process or the bottling process, any of that process, it should be done cleanly and organically. I think that's the way to do it. However, in these days, you can't guarantee that. And in most cases, a good deal of the time, such is not the case anymore. So you have to be aware of that. So when all possible, try to stick with the organic stuff. Except in this case, this wine, even though it's an organic wine, I find it, I'll give my final review at the end of the show, but I find it to be somewhat lacking in taste. That's the thing. It seems to be very, very light, too light, and just lacking in any real taste. So I have some disappointment with this wine. And I'm just saying that honestly. I had high hopes for it, and I like a good Bordeaux, but this one, I'm disappointed, I'll have to say. But let's see if we can turn that around, because we have one more thing we can try here. Because tonight, let me check the chats one more time before I get there. Tonight we have, and I hope you're still with us there on that. Oh, Algorithm is in the chat, by the way, on Twitch. Algorithm is in the chat. Algorithm, is great to see you, and you get some. You get some. If I can get there, applause as well. It's been a while. How you doing, Algorithm? It's great to see you, by the way. Algorithm says, I received your gift a while ago from the mail. Thanks a lot. It's amazing. I really appreciate it. Algorithm says, sorry, internet is bad. No problems. I'm just glad you're here. The wine, I already gave sort of a review on the wine, but we have one more thing to try, and we're going to try it now. This is the coffee. By the way, Algorithm, if you don't have one yet, and I'm sure you don't because it's been a while, but I just released this. This is the official Drink with Rick cider tasting notebook, and I think I've got a photo of it. Well, I'm holding it in my hand, but I've got a photo of it somewhere here. Where is it? I still don't have a producer, so I'm still doing all my own punching and where is it? I can't even find my. Oh, there they are. Here's the merch. There we go. The official Drink with Rick cider tasting notebook. It's available as the others are on Amazon.com for $8.99. But as you know, everybody here knows, I like to give this stuff away whenever possible. So I can send one to you if you want. No big deal. If you want. And to be honest, Algorithm, I don't keep most people's. With very, very few exceptions, people that I converse with all the time and that sort of thing. But most people's addresses I don't keep on hand. And I'd like to send one to you too as well. I don't think that I'd like to send one of these to you too, also. And I know that I don't know if you did mention that you could. That you are still receiving, I guess, you get mail when a friend delivers it to you. But wherever you are, if you have another address or something that you want me to send it to, just let me know, and I can send it to you also. And Bill and Lee, thanks for both of you for liking the show as well on Facebook. Thank you for very, very much. And I'd like to send both of you, if to both Bill and Lee, if you're still watching now. Besides just liking, just send a valid shipping address to rick@savoyamedia.com, and I'll send you also a copy of the Drink with Rick, the official. I have to throw that in there. The official Drink with Rick cider tasting notebook, just released. Just published. And I have a couple copies I can give you as well. All right, so let's get to the... this is a really fun stuff. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's going to be better than this Chateau Grand Billard, the Bordeaux. But I have with me tonight, this is what we're going to be trying out tonight. Yes, we're doing it again. Now, in the previous episodes, we had the Maud's rum flavored coffee, which was not very rum flavored at all. And we had another one. We had another Maud's coffee, which right offhand I can't remember what it was. Tonight we're going to try this one. This is the Dreamy Creamy Salted Caramel coffee. Now, what was it we had before? We had the rum, and we had there was something else. Now I can't remember what it was. But we had but this one we have the Dreamy Creamy Salted Caramel. Let me see if I can go back real quick and find out what these were. I know we always have a showstopper every week. So I went out and bought a bunch of these Maud's coffees, and I purchased them on Amazon. And I was disappointed because some of them sounded like they were really, really great. What was the first one that we tried? The first one that we tried, we did have the rum one. That was the second one. But there was one that we tried before that, and I'm trying to remember what it was right offhand. Let me see if we can find that and pull it up. Let's see. The photo's not there. It was. I've got so much stuff on this game. I need a producer. The rum yum. Yeah, it was the rum yum. This was what we had. We had the Jamaican rum yum coffee. That's what we had before. And I was looking forward to that, and I was really disappointed because it didn't really taste like rum at all. Not very much. So then we tried, what was it we had after that? Was the, I forgot what it was now. It was not memorable. Let me just put it that way. It was not. So tonight we have the Dreamy Creamy Salted Caramel coffee. And so we're gonna brew some of that up here live. I'm trying to make sure that we didn't do this already. Dreamy Creamy Salted Caramel. All right, and I have right here with me. I should have done this while I was on the picture, but I didn't. Yeah, that's not especially. There's sound effects in the studio. Of course, to do this, to brew this coffee, I have the official Drink with Rick coffee maker right here. So we're going to brew some up. Well, that's open already. This one is not open. They're all open. Whatever. Well, it hasn't been used, so just whatever. So hopefully it's okay. I'm going to pour about 8 ounces. That coffee in there, I think it's about 8 ounces, so something like that. This is what is this? 16.9 fluid ounces, so that's a little over half. But fortunately, we have a really good big mug to brew it in. This is the official Drink with Rick mug, and this was given to me by my good friend Ed, who is currently recuperating. And it says, "There's always time." Let me put it on camera too here. There we go. There's always time for friends, wine, and coffee. So there you go. And I want to give another round of applause to my good friend Ed for that generous gift. By the way, it's a combo gift because it came with this. It came with this really nice. I showed it on Towel Day, National Towel Day last week. But there's always time for friends, wine, and coffee. It's a combo gift with the. It's got some wine and coffee things. It's kind of cool. I really like this. It's a really nice gift, Ed. Thank you very much. And I keep that handy, but I don't like to use it to actually wipe things up with because it's too nice. I'll use the paper towels to wipe the really big messes up with, and I keep this around because it's cool. It's just cool to have. So I appreciate it. So, we've got the coffee maker ready. It's wine, 12% ABV, folks. Yeah, right. Sure it is. Yeah. Okay, so we got the coffee, and where's the coffee? No, we don't have the coffee. It's right here. There's the coffee. So we're going to go ahead and put the coffee in the coffee maker. There we are. And we're going to let it brew. And it's going to take a minute or two for it to brew. I'll go ahead and put it on the regular setting. And let me put on camera one here so you can see what's going on. And there we go. So it's starting to brew now. And it's National Bubbly Day, folks. Happy National Bubbly Day. And I do not have bubbly. Just stop. Okay, it's doing it. It's brewing. And what else we have here? Oh, you know what? I forgot. There are a couple of national days that we forgot to toast here. While it's brewing, let's go ahead and toast those national days because I did forget to toast some national days. And we still have some time to do it. We've got about 23 minutes left to toast the national days. Okay, well let's go ahead and toast these national days real quick. Did you know that today is also Prairie Day, National Prairie Day? I missed that. How did I miss that? It is. It's National. I think it's National Prairie Day. I think that was supposed to be, or it's National. Yeah, it's National Prairie Day. I'll drink to that. But yeah, it's National Prairie Day. How about that? There's a picture of a prairie day. A prairie. I'll drink to that. It's also, today is also National Trail Day. A good day for being out on the trail. It was a good day for being out on the trail. I don't know about Sunday, but it was a good day for being out on the trail. So there you go. So here's to National Trails Day. I'll drink to that. Okay, and with that, I think that does take care of the national days. So I did get them all in. How about that? I know. So it's starting to brew now. It is starting to brew now. And while it's brewing, let's go ahead and check the chats a little bit again. Let me check over here real quick. Now that smells interesting. This is what happened last time too. The last 2 times that we tried this Maud's coffee is that it smelled great. It really did smell great. But when it came time to taste it, it really lacked a lot of taste. So the taste was really, really weak. And I think at least in one case I had to enhance it with some actual rum. Let's hope we don't have to do that again this time. So that... There we go. Is it just about done? I think it's just about done. Just about done? Okay. I think. A few more seconds. There we go. Now it's done. All right, now this coffee's pretty hot because this works great. That's why it is the official Drink with Rick coffee maker. And if you want to know where to get yours, it's from Amazon. I'm not hawking these things, okay? It's called Taste Tile is the brand name. And it's just a brand name. It's probably made by some other Chinese company out there. They probably have about 10... There's probably one Chinese company who's making these things under about like 10 different brands. So that's how it works on what did I say Facebook? No, I meant Amazon, Amazon.com. Anyway, so this coffee is really, really hot. It does make a really good hot cup of coffee. I don't know if it can handle a lot of cups in a day because if it can handle it in a long term, like 3-4 cups every day, because that's what I like to drink. And I just do 1 cup every couple of weeks on the show, but it seems to work fine. It seems to work fine for me. So I hope you're doing well, Algarith. It's great to see you here once again in the chat. And on all those others watching on Twitch and everywhere else, on Kick and Rumble and everywhere else, jump in and say hi. Don't be shy. And the Island Hayes says, do you ever try sweet things as a pairing? Yes, I do. The Island Hayes, and by the way, I didn't mean to miss you on that. I'm jumping across all these different chats. But yes, to answer the question, I do pair sweet things with it too. We did that last week, I think, or the week before last. I think we did. We did a couple of things. I paired something sweet with the wines, and I didn't bring anything up here tonight to pair with the coffee, but we have done that before a couple of weeks past. But yes, I do. And the thing is, and the Island Hay says, is that also Drink with Rick branded water? I probably should do that. He says, oh yeah, I forgot about the gummy pizza. Yes, that's right. You did forget about the gummy pizza. We did. We're going to do the gummies. We are, and I have it on my radar to do that. It's just I haven't been down to that supermarket lately to go get some of that. And also it's like $5 to $6 for one of those. But I definitely want to try it because I'm really curious to see what it really tastes like. But yeah, well, we should. Anyway, this is still a little bit hot to drink, but I really think I should put this under a coaster, official drink with Rick coaster. By the way, who doesn't have the official drink with Rick coaster? I got a few more of these to give away. Not this one because this was really soiled, but I might give away one of those as well. Algareth, I think you have a pair of those. Ed, you have some. Island Hayes, do you have a pair of drink with Rick coasters? You know, I'll tell you what. When I ship these out, I'll to Island Hayes and to Jaycon. Jaycon, I think you have a pair. If you don't, let me know. I'll ship some out to you. Island Hayes, I don't think you have a pair of these, but I'll ship some out to you when I ship up the book and everything. Excuse me. All right. So Jaycon says what? I missed a couple of things here. Jaycon says, do you have any idea on the history of... Oh, I read that one. What makes it a Bordeaux, given it has Sauvignon Blanc? What is the Bordeaux? Well, the thing about Bordeaux is that it is officially, I should say, it is officially because it comes from the Bordeaux region in France. That's what makes it Bordeaux. If it was grown and vented, or at least grown in Bordeaux, France, that's officially what makes it a Bordeaux. That's the short answer right there. Although there are wines that they mark them up as a Bordeaux, even though they may not have actually come from the Bordeaux region. And that's one of the things that's kind of contentious with the French, with French wines. And you know, there are a couple of things here with French wines. You know, because the French are very, very proud of their wines, and they're very, very protective of their branding as far as French wine goes. And lately, and I'm going off into a tangent here, but I should mention this. Lately, China has really developed a taste for wine and for wine growing and for wine making, and they have inundated the markets in recent years with wines from China. And this has kind of infuriated the French in a way, because a lot of them, because China's really trying to get into those markets, and have really pushed the French really to a point where they're really competing with France now. So I don't know. Somebody's texting me on my phone here. I'm not sure what's going on, but okay. So anyway, the thing is that where was I? I don't remember. kind of got distracted there. Anyway, I think the coffee's cooling down enough, so we'll give it a little bit of a taste. Let's give it just a little bit of a taste. We'll give it a whiff first. Now, as I recall, and it's kind of this way again, the last time we tried one of these Maud's coffees, it smelled kind of more burnt than the flavor that it was supposed to be. This is kind of the case now. This is kind of the case here. I can smell a little bit of caramel. Just a hint of caramel. But I'm really not getting a lot of caramel in this coffee. So I don't know. I'm not real confident about this coffee right now. But let's give it a little bit of a taste. Okay. Let me get another taste here. Just be fair about it. Yeah, once again, it's just like it was last time. Once again, because last time I recall that the Mott's coffee that we had kind of a burnt taste to it, and it wasn't the coffee maker doing that. It was just the way the coffee was tasting. And trust me, I cleaned this thing. I cleaned this coffee maker really well before the show tonight, just to make absolutely sure that there wasn't going to be any other kind of residual taste or anything else that got in the way of this. And I do this, as a matter of fact, by the way, I do this every time I do a coffee on the show. I do this with all the wines. I do this with the beers, the ciders, the meads when we have them. I make sure everything is washed clean and make sure it's completely, pretty much sterile, to make sure there is no residual taste that could get in there that could how should I say, contaminate or potentially contaminate the taste of the drink when I'm reviewing it. So I try to be very, very careful about that. Always have, ever since the first episode. Very, very careful about making sure that everything is clean, really, really well. I think, was it J-Con? I think you were asking me about the aerators and stuff. I make sure everything is really, really clean and ready to go for the show before it happens, because I don't want anything to get in the way of the tasting or to maybe potentially upset the tasting in any way, or unduly contaminate or influence in any way. In any negative way, especially. So I do that, and I did this with the coffee maker tonight. So I made absolutely sure that everything was cleaned out, and I ran it, cycled water through and everything like that, and everything was fine. But once again, tasting this coffee, I have kind of it has more of a burnt coffee flavor to it. Not as bad as the last one. The last one, it tasted like it was in the bottom of the coffee pot, and the coffee pot had been sitting there on the burner for a while and got all caked up and everything like that, and it was really nasty. That was the case of the other one we tried. This one, not quite so bad, but there's still kind of a burnt taste to it that I don't like. And it doesn't smell much like caramel, but especially salted caramel, which I love salted caramel. And it really doesn't have much taste. Doesn't really taste like salted caramel at all, to be honest. I'd like to say that I like the coffee, but I can't. I will say, though, that I'm disappointed. I'm not as disappointed as I could have been if I tried this first off, because I kind of almost expected it, because the last two coffees that we tried from Mott's was disappointing. It wasn't what I thought it could be. And this one, so I didn't really have high hopes for it, but I did try to come to the desk here and try to come to the show here with an open mind, thinking, okay, we struck out twice. The third time, maybe it's a hit or home run. At least a hit. I don't think we even got a foul ball on this one. This is I don't taste any salted caramel here. So in anticipation of this, just in case, we're going to try and fix this. We're going to try and fix this with some Old Smoky salted caramel. This is Tennessee salted caramel whiskey. Yes, we're going to try with some salted caramel whiskey. And we'll see how this works. Because I love salted caramel. And by the way, as you can tell, I have already tried this whiskey, and it does indeed taste like salted caramel. So, this is what we're going to do. If I can get a long shot here. There we go. So we're going, let me get it. There we go. So we're going to open this up and pop this open. And we're going to pour a little bit in here, just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And a little bit more. Yeah, we need to pour some more in there. Because it really needs some salted caramel taste. All right, I'm going to have something to mix this up with, so I'm just going to mix it up with this fork on the other end. Because I wasn't totally prepared. I told you I was prepared, but I wasn't completely prepared. All right, so we've got a little bit of salted. Now we have some real salted caramel taste in this thing. What do you know? Now it tastes like salted caramel. Let's give it a little bit of a taste. Oh, wrong camera. Now let's give it a little bit of a taste. I spilled some. There we go. And the first taste is good. The first taste is very good. It tastes like salted caramel whiskey is what it does. Pour a little bit more in there. Okay, there we go. And the third taste is excellent. That's what this coffee needed. I think this coffee needed was some salted caramel. And I think where this coffee really shines is when it has salted caramel shine in it. Or salted caramel whiskey in the very least. So, so there you go. There's our hole-in-one for the salted caramel whiskey. There you go. Oh. And we get nothing. And you get nothing for the salted caramel coffee. I tell you, okay, Maud's, Maud's is lacking. And wow, you got we've had some good coffees on this show, by the way. We've tried some really good coffees on the show, and some of them were really, really good. Some of them were okay, but some of them were really, really good, and I was really impressed with them. And then there's Maud's. And there's Maud's. Well, okay, those of you who are old enough to know will know, and those of you who are not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. There is one thing that I did forget, and I don't want to forget here. We have one other thing to do tonight, and let me see if I can find it. And I think I've got it somewhere. Yes, I do. Tonight's trivia question. We have tonight's Star Wars trivia question. I did say we were going to have some Star Wars trivia, and we are indeed going to have some Star Wars trivia as soon as I can find out what in the world I did with my Star Wars trivia. I did find it. Okay, I still have last week's question up there. Okay, here is tonight's, if everybody's ready, here is tonight's Star Wars trivia question. This is an easy one, folks. This is an easy one. You don't have to be a Star Wars trivia fan to get it. What species is native to Endor? That's the Star Wars trivia question tonight. What species is native to Endor? I'll give everybody a few seconds to get that one. Not to be confused with Endora. Endora was the mother-in-law of on Bewitched. Whenever I think of Endor, I think of Endora. Never mind. It's just I watched too much TV as a kid. I watch too much TV now. If you ask my wife, she'll tell you that. I'm an old TV addict. Yes. This one says, thank you so much. Whiskey, the perfect remedy. And, Alan Hayes is answering the question. What species is native to Endor? And you say Wokus? Oh, no, I think you mean Wookiees? Is that what you're saying? Wookiees? Is that correct? Are you saying Wookiees is the species native to Endor? What do you say, Algorithm? What about you, Ed? I'm pretty sure Ed knows the answer to this. Jacon has the Endorians. Also, Jacon says, the best bourbons I have tasted have not come from Bourbon County. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The best bourbons I have tasted have come from, I don't. I don't know if I should answer that one or not. I can go with that. I can't find my reactions here. Oh, there we go.
I'm not allowed to answer that kind of question.
All right, so Star Wars trivia. What species is native to Endor? Come on, I'll give you guys a few more seconds. Somebody knows this. I know someone knows this, right? And I'm pretty sure you know the answer to this. Island Hay says yes. It's Wookiees. Okay. Well, actually, it's not Wookiees. Algorithm probably knows the answer to this one. Anyone else want to venture a guess? I'm checking all the chats now just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jacon has it. Jacon has it. You didn't look it up, right? I trust you. Okay. So what species is native to Endor? The answer is Ewok. That's right. Ewok is the native species of Endor. And Jacon wins this one. That's right. It's the native species of Endor. Ewoks. And episode 6, by the way. Star Wars episode 6. Which, let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight. I know everyone has strong feelings about, if you're a Star Wars fan, you have strong feelings about this, but maybe I don't know. Do I really want to go there? In my humble opinion, biased opinion, I guess you should say, because I am biased, because I was there when episode 4, which was actually originally just called Star Wars, was released back in 1977. I was one of those standing in line in the long lines waiting to get in to see the show, applauding when the Death Star blew up. Went to see it 6 times in the course of a week. Maybe it was 2 weeks. And of course, it's kind of a blur now, but I went to see it 6 times in the theater. I think a couple of times I paid to go see it, and then the rest of the time I think I snuck into the theater. I think the statutes and limitations have run out on that one, so I can say it. Yeah, this coffee's tasting a lot better now. But in my humble opinion, I think episode 6 was the end, how Star Wars ended. When you're talking about canon, we're talking about canon Star Wars. That was how the series ended. 7, 8, 9. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I think episode 6 was how the story ends, in my humble opinion. You can disagree with you if you want. That's fine. If you disagree, let me know. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It's just okay. Let's see. I think we're done. Oh, Jacon says I give credit to Island Hayes. We are Skyping while watching. Oh, that's cool. That's good. That's great to hear. Skyping while watching. That's good. Skyping. Wow. I don't want to go into that topic now, but that's a good topic for a future show. Skyping. People still Skype. I still have a Skype account, and I have a Skype account with a phone number, and I still pay for it. I pay for it. So, yeah, I do. Every 3 months they bill me for the phone number for Skype. So I still use it from time to time. Although a lot of people find Skype is like, oh, that's so passe. It's like nobody Skypes anymore. A lot of people still Skype. I can tell you for a fact that a lot of the bots still Skype. A lot of the spammers still Skype. A lot of scammers do. Because I get all that stuff all the time. But yeah, there are people that still Skype, and I do that too. Nothing wrong with that. All right, well, I guess that pretty much does it. I've outlived my welcome for tonight, haven't I? The coffee's good. Let me give you my final review of the wine and the coffee before I forget, because I forgot to do this the other week. My final review of the wine. Okay, this is going to be interesting. My final review of the wine, if I can pull it up. I don't know what I'm clicking on anymore. Here we go. My final review of the wine. This was the wine that we opened tonight, the Chateau Grand Billard. That's a Bordeaux from France. I'll be honest, I was not impressed. I was not impressed with this wine. It had very little taste. It only got 3 stars from I think it was 3.6 stars or something. What was it? 3.6 stars from Vivino. It had 3 stars from Wine Searcher, and 86 out of 100 from the 10 critic reviews on there. And I didn't read any of those critic reviews, to be honest. But I have to say that I'd have to agree with the user ratings more. 3 stars. I'm not sure that I'd give it 3 stars. I'd give it like maybe a 2.5, maybe 2.4. I was disappointed with this wine. It was very, very light, which makes it easy to drink, and that's fine. That's fine. Easy to drink. I like a good easy to drink wine. That's fine. For a Bordeaux, French Bordeaux, that's fine too, but I've had much better Bordeauxs. This wine was not, in my opinion, a great Bordeaux. I would like to say that I tasted a little bit of lemon and a little bit of 1 or 2 other things in here, but I couldn't make it out very well because there wasn't a whole lot of taste to it. That was the thing. It didn't really have a lot of taste. And according to Vivino, other people were saying that, yeah, this is a fairly bold wine, but it was not. It was too light. It's a dry wine to be sure, but it's just super light. I wouldn't say it's like drinking water, but it wasn't. I wasn't impressed with it, to be honest. I was not impressed with it at all. The coffee, that struck out too. And as far as the coffee is concerned, let me pull that back up here. We tried the Maud's Dreamy Creamy Salted Caramel, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't dreamy, it wasn't creamy, it wasn't salted, and it wasn't even caramel. It wasn't any of those things. It was kind of like the wine. It was rather kind of tasteless as coffees go. It tasted like coffee, not as burnt as the other coffee that we had, but it was not a very good coffee. I wasn't impressed with it at all. Now I have one more Maud's wine one more, might as well be. I have one more Maud's coffee that we can try. I don't think we're going to do it next week, because next week I originally said we were going to try this blackberry cider, which I'd like to get to. I think we're going to do that next week. So we're going to skip a week here for the coffee. We'll do another coffee in a couple of weeks. We'll do one more Maud's coffee, and maybe we'll get a hit out of that one. I don't know. But because I had like 4 or 5 different flavored Maud's coffees that I bought from Amazon, of all places. And my wife did say, she did warn me, don't buy coffee from Amazon. Why are you buying coffee from Amazon? Don't buy it. But I bought coffee from Amazon. It wasn't just one pack. It was a pack of 4 different flavors. I actually think there were 5, and I think one of them we did try, and it wasn't very good. She tried one of them, and she said it was not good at all. So I'm trying to keep an open mind about this, but we're going to try one more flavor of coffee that we haven't tried yet for the mods, and then I think that will sort of sum up all of the mods coffee that I've got in that package for the most part. And if that one's, maybe we'll get a winner out of one of them. I don't know. I'm hoping we will, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, next week I have another wine to try, which is going to be pretty interesting, and I hope that's going to be much better than this one. I might be. We'll see. In the meantime, so that was my final review of the wine, the final review of the coffee, and I think that'll pretty much do it for the show tonight. I do have one more. Let me check the chats one more time before we go. And Ed, I need to, I'm going to chat with you some more here later offline and make sure everything's okay. Tom Antio's in the chat, by the way. Tom Antio, it's great to see you, and you get some, where if I can find it, you get some for showing up. Tom Antio says, how's the wine? I think I just gave you the review of that, didn't I? Running back about 2 minutes, and the wine wasn't great. Neither was the coffee. All right, but thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. And Jaycon says, I give credit to Island... Oh, I read that. Jaycon says, also, have you ever thought that Jar Jar Binks is the real mastermind behind things? I've heard that. Okay, I've heard that. That's one of the theories that's floating around. Yeah, that was one of the theories. No, because I thought he was too incompetent to be a mastermind of that sort of thing. If I know there's some theories about that out there that put Jar Jar Binks as like, oh, he intentionally did all that, but no, I think he was just incompetent. I think the real mastermind was the Emperor, and that was and the whole Snoke's thing in episodes 7 through 9. That was, I don't know where that came from, but it just I don't even want to go there. that was its own little thing there. This was not a Lucas inspired thing either. George Lucas, the story that I've heard, and this is the way I've heard it, was that when George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, he had a few stipulations there, and he had some things. He gave them an outline of episodes 7 through 9. Gave them an outline of where the whole story should go, and Disney scrapped it. They didn't follow any of it at all. So they came up with their own thing, and that was what we have now. And for better or for worse. But yeah, I don't think Jar Jar. That was one of the theories that was sort of floating around, but no, I don't think Jar Jar was the real mastermind behind any of it. He's just, So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm checking everything one more time. Looks like we're good everywhere else. Thank you for joining me here. I want to thank everybody for joining me here tonight on the show. I want to thank my good friend Ed for joining me, and I really hope you're doing better, much, very, very soon, much more quickly, and you're back on your feet again. And I want to thank everybody who's watching me on YouTube tonight, the Island Haze, and my lovely wife Chi, and let's see, whoever else was. I know there are other people watching here. Just jump in, say hi. Twitch, everybody who is watching me on Twitch. And by the way, Tom Antio, thank you for gifting me a Tier 1 sub to the community. Tom Antio has gifted subs to the community. Tom Antio gifted a tier 1 sub to Algorithm. Wow. I'm running out of applause buttons. There we go. Thank you very, very much, Tom Antio. And for those who are not on Twitch, Tom Antio just gifted a tier 1 sub to Algorithm. And Algorithm, thanks for being here, by the way, also. And Tom Antio, thank you very, very much. It was a very generous gift. Let's see. I also want to thank everybody who joined me on Odyssey as well, including JCon and those who may have been watching, and everyone else on Twitch who are watching, and on Rumble, those who are watching on Rumble, and Kick, and everywhere else. Thank you for being here. I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I do mean that. It's not the wine talk. It's certainly not the wine talk, and it's not. Well, it might be. I'm probably going to switch to the salted caramel for the rest of the evening. That's pretty good stuff, actually. Old Smoky Tennessee Salty Caramel Whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. There you go. And I think I'll skip the coffee on that, because that's just going to make me hyper, and I don't need that at this time of night. But, where was I? Oh, yes, I have one more celebrity to bring out, and here he comes right now. It is none other than Roadkill Bill. Yeah. And Roadkill Bill, as you know, he's the official mascot of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream. And Roadkill Bill has a very special message for each and every one of us. Don't you, Bill? Yeah. Of course. And the message is, please do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, wherever it is. Do not drink and drive. If you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend who hasn't been drinking and hasn't been, and who does have a valid driver's license, by the way, and who isn't going to be texting on the road while he's driving you home. A friend you can trust. If not, just stay put. Just stay right where you are, because it's not worth it. Don't put yourself in danger. Don't put others around you at risk or in danger. Don't text and drive either. Right, Bill? That's right. Because I want you to have a great week. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week on the Saturday Night Winestream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.